Hello everybody, this is Treat Wellness and Shine. This is Marika Grantham and Dr. Kathleen O'Neill-Smith.
Hi.
Hi everybody. We want to talk to you a little bit about the vampire facials and vampire protocol. Many of you, I'm sure, have seen the promotional work of Kim Kardashian and a big buzz about the vampire services. So I want to ask you, Kathleen, you had your medical practice, Treat Wellness, already established in Newton location.
Yes.
Why was it that you chose to go to get trained on these procedures?
So at Treat Wellness, we care about doing everything as naturally as possible. And I have three things that any treatment I do with any patient has to meet the criteria. One is it has to be safe. So there has to be no downside, it has to be very safe. And two, it has to be effective, it has to work. So not only does it have to work as a therapy in terms of therapeutic effectiveness, but it has to be cost effective. And when it's cost effective, it's also sustainable. So safe, effective, and sustainable are the things I look for. So with respect to going and training with Marika and bringing her there to do vampire facials, I was concerned about all of the Botox, and everybody's on the Botox bandwagon. Botox is a toxin, and it destroys your nervous tissue. It destroys the neurons and shuts them down, and there's no end to it until you really have big nerve damage. So you will go back and you will get more and more and more and more Botox every 3 to 4 months, then every 2 months, and ultimately you have no nerve tissue, so you lose the function of that tissue, which is really important. We really don't want to damage our nervous system.
So you are saying we in reality really do not know long-term effects of regularly based Botox application.
That's right. That's correct. Absolutely. And I'm deeply concerned about that.
Yeah. Safety first.
Safety first.
Safety first.
So the vampire facial takes your own blood, the platelet-rich plasma, the growth factors that actually cause soft tissue, connective tissue, and collagen, and all of the tissues that are under the skin. You can take those growth factors right from your own blood, and you can put them into your face. You can microneedle them in. You can do something called a vampire facelift that we've been trained in, where you can inject those into the face. You can sculpt the face back to your natural level. If you're 40, you can make it look like you're 20. And not only can you make it look that way, but from my perspective, you can restore the skin. And so if you're doing a vampire facial or a vampire facelift, each time you do one of them, you're getting better and better healthy restoration of the skin without any downside.
So can I ask you, because we are familiar with it, but our audience might not know. So basically what we are doing, we are regrowing the skin tissue.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So by doing that, we are buying ourselves time and seeing maybe we will need eventually less.
That's right.
Right?
No, of course, right.
Okay, so that's about the face. What else can you do with vampire protocol?
Well, with vampire protocol, you can do vampire breast lifts, you can do vampire facelifts, vampire facials. You can use this platelet-rich plasma. I inject it intra-articularly as well. So if someone had a knee joint that was injured, or a shoulder joint, a rotator cuff tear, any soft tissue, a muscle, a tendon, a rotator cuff, you can inject this platelet-rich plasma there as well and get healing. Many of the elite level athletes do this. And
That's amazing.
They do it. So, and many of the movie stars are doing the vampire lifts, right? The vampire facials, the vampire, and it's not too young to start, because we all get sun damage and we all get dehydrated and we all need nutrients. So you can start this at 20, or you can start it at 50, and you can begin the restoration of your soft tissue, whether it's of the skin, of the joints if you need it, right, or other parts of the body as well.
So just to sum it up, we can basically regrow the cartridge, right?
That's right. And the connective
tissue. Do you understand the power of that, guys? This is amazing, because before you opt for invasive surgery that have a lot of downtime, I think this is a really safer alternative and path to try first. Again, just like with the fillers, before you opt for fillers, you can do something safer and less invasive before you opt for that last resource. That's amazing.
True. Yeah, it's true.
That's amazing. And it's a magical power of our own human body. It's fascinating. Fascinating. What else can you do with vampire protocols?
So there are some other protocols that we can use for intimacy. And one of my favorite topics is intimacy, because I think relationships are important. And I think that the more you feel good about yourself and confident about your performance, I think that's really, really important to keep a relationship very strong and healthy. So for women who may have stress incontinence, where they leak urine, or women who may not be having orgasms, or women who may have dryness or a little atrophy of their vaginal tissue, we can restore vaginal tissue. And for men who have less strong erections, I love to talk about erections and vaginal issues, but if men have less strong erections, we can restore their erectile quality, we call it, or their hardness. We can make them harder. Men might have fibrotic tissue in their penises, and we can treat Peyronie's disease, not only just with these vampire products or a P shot or an O shot, which are the particular names of the treatment protocols that we do, but we can use other sound wave therapies to break up any scar tissue that we have, to promote healing of the vagina, the penis, the joint, the face, of a variety of different tissues. It's remarkable, and it sounds crazy that we could heal all of those different parts of the body, but the reality is that all of those different parts of the body naturally use the same growth factors for healing. So we can put those growth factors back into the body. We can boost the support of the body.
And we put them into action.
And we can put them into action.
And people can be happy and shine.
Treat wellness and shine.
Treat wellness and shine.